If you are tired of being a skinny little bitch who's gonna get blown away by the next gust of wind, make sure you watch this video until the very end, because I'm gonna give you 7 secrets for you to go from skinny to jacked in the next 90 days. Number 1 is strength training. If you wanna build significant muscle, you gotta be lifting significant weight. And how much is a gym membership? 50 bucks? That is literally the best $50 investment that you can possibly make. You're gonna live longer, you're gonna feel healthier, you're gonna look better. And the biggest life hack is moving somewhere where a gym is walking distance. If you have to commute 25 minutes to the gym every single day, that's 50 minutes of your day there and back, which is 1/24 of your day, which is low-key a significant amount of time. And if they did a study and they compared people who live close to the gym with people who live further away from a gym, I guarantee the people who live closer to the gym would be more fit, they would live longer, and they would be healthier. Obviously, if you just signed a lease, then it's going to be pretty difficult for you to get out of that lease, but that is one thing to consider if you buy a house or if you're moving into a new condo. Tip number 2 is progressive overload. If you lift weights for the next 90 days and every single week you're getting stronger, I guarantee you that at the end of the 90 days, you are going to look a lot better. But the reason most people who go to the gym and they're not able to go from skinny to jacked is because they're not getting stronger. They go to the gym one week and they do 135 on the bench press, and then the next week they do 135, and then the next week they do 135, and then the next week, so on and so forth. If you're not getting stronger, you're not going to build muscle, you're not going to gain weight, and you're not going to get any. And a good indicator that you're actually going from skinny to jacked and that you're actually gaining weight is your strength improves. Nobody who bench presses a lot of weight is small. Nobody who squats a bunch of weight is small. So start focusing on progressive overload and getting stronger. And that's for all of your rep ranges, whether it's 4 reps or whether it's 12 reps. You should be improving on a week-to-week basis when you are first starting off. And this process is called newbie gains. And when you're first starting off, you're going to be able to get a lot stronger, a lot faster. And the longer that you lift, the more difficult gains are going to get. So make sure you are maximizing those newbie gains. And that moves us on to habit number 3, which is to start tracking your lifts. Look, you can keep track of progressive overload in your head, but it would be a lot more difficult than if you weren't just lazy and you took 3 seconds out of your day to track your lifts. When it comes to getting outsized return on your fitness, the easiest way is to start tracking your lifts. When you start tracking your lifts, it essentially gamifies your workouts. So every single week, you're gonna have something to motivate you and inspire you. Just like when you play a video game, you wanna hit that high score, and you're not gonna be able to get a high score if you're not keeping track. Tip number 4 is a nutrient-dense diet. Can you build muscle and bulk by eating McDonald's and eating Domino's and eating a bunch of shitty food? Sure. But I promise you, if you eat 3,000 calories of steak every single day compared to 3,000 calories of pizza, you're going to look a lot better with the healthier option, steak. Miss me with all that a calorie is a calorie. Moving on to tip number 5, which is to stay in a calorie surplus. And I could sit here and I could break down how to know what a calorie surplus is for you, but I'm not gonna do that because nobody has time for that shit. I'm gonna throw up a few guidelines, a few recommendations here based on your weight. Feel free to take a screenshot of the video. And what you wanna do is you wanna hit these calories for a week whilst also tracking your weight. Based on your measurements, you're going to know whether or not to increase your food, to decrease it, or to keep it the same. I really don't recommend gaining more than 0.5 to 1 pound per week. Anything significantly more than that is just going to be a lot of excess fat. And your goal is not just to gain weight, it's to gain muscle, not fat. If you're gaining more than that 1 pound per week, then it's a good indicator that you can slightly decrease your food. If you're hitting that 0.5 to 1 pound, then you're on the right track. If you're not gaining weight, then it is a good indicator that you gotta eat more food. Which moves us on to our next tip, which is training frequency. Do not make the mistake that everybody else makes by going on a bro split. A bro split is generally looks like this. You have a chest day, you have shoulder day, you have an arm day, you have legs, and you have a back day. The problem with that is you're not hitting each muscle group twice per week, and you don't need an entire week to recover. So let's say your first workout of the week, you do squats. You don't need an entire week to recover from those squats. You need maybe 3 days, 4 days. So if you wait those 3 or 4 days and then you're hitting another leg session, then throughout the year, you're going to have double the amount of volume that you would have had if you're just doing this bullshit bro split. If you guys don't believe me, I'm gonna throw up a few studies here, and they're also linked in my bio. If you're serious about building muscle and going from skinny to jacked in the next 90 days, stick with a push-pull leg split, which can either be push-pull legs, rest day, or push-pull legs, rest day, push-pull legs. And I've already given you guys proof that training frequency is just as important as training intensity, but I'll speak from personal experience. My physique blew up when I started hitting push-pull legs instead of doing the bro split. And moving on to the last tip, which is stress management. And I know what you're thinking, how is managing my stress going to get me jacked, going to get me more and going to get me a stronger bench press? The truth is, you're never going to be able to perform at your best when you're highly stressed. The best fighters in the world don't go into the octagon stressed. They go into the octagon prepared, calm, trusting in their preparation. And if you want to perform at your highest level, then you need to be stoic, you need to be calm, you need to be managing your stress. If your cortisol is constantly being spiked throughout the day, you're not going to be able to go into your workouts with nearly the same amount of intensity. And there's a million different things that you can do to manage your stress, but the easiest place to start is with your sleep. When it comes to getting outsized return on your fitness, sleep is another component that will drastically change your results. And if you're not getting enough sleep, your results are going to be shit. If you're getting good sleep, your results are going to be great. And the easiest way that I found to improve my sleep was just creating a nighttime routine 1 hour before bed. This includes meditating, this includes reading, and most importantly, this includes getting off of this thing. There is nothing on this phone for you an hour before you sleep. And I'm a little hypocritical, I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes I'm on my phone from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to sleep because my work is on this thing. But I can sit here with the utmost confidence and say with a matter of fact that my progress would be a lot better if I was getting sufficient sleep. And sleep is a skill, so you need to be constantly developing this skill on a daily basis and finding what works for you. Whether you like to sleep cold, whether you like to sleep warm, whether you like to sleep with a partner, whether you like to sleep alone. Funny thing is, whenever I'm sleeping with a girl, my sleep quality dramatically improves and my recovery is amazing. I'm not stressed. I'm not waking up through the night with my cortisol spiked. I'm not having a mini anxiety attack throughout the middle of the night. Running a business is fucking stressful, bro. So I'm single right now. Maybe I'll just find a girlfriend and I'll just get even more jacked because my recovery will be lit. So if y'all know any Korean, Instagram model type shit, then I'll put my girlfriend applications in the bio. So if you're ready to go from skinny to jacked and you want results like this, click the first link in the description for coaching applications. Peace.